Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I have a couple little projects to share with you today, things that I've been working on. Guys, Christmas is coming and it's coming very quickly. If we fail to plan, it always comes on us, right at the end and we're like, oh my gosh, what happened? So I'm really trying to be a little more conscientious about getting some crafts done that I need to get done for my show in November. It's the weekend after Thanksgiving, like the very weekend after Thanksgiving. So I wanted to get some stuff done and I just wanted to show you some little things that I've been working on, two little things in particular. One is these little ornaments, these little house ornaments. Now, this die came from AliExpress a couple years ago, so I don't think I can even link it, but if you do a search for house die, you might find it. This is the small little house set. The die came with two house sizes, this one and there's one that's a little bigger, maybe about that big. And it comes with the piece for the front and side that you cut two for each house, and then it came with a piece from the roof. Now, one thing about the roof one, how many dies have the little holes in it so that you can push out the die from the back side using a pokey thing, and it helps you release it from the die. This roof piece did not, and it was a royal pain in the butt to get out of the die. So I just, after I had actually gotten one out, I just measured the piece, and since it's just a flat piece like this that I folded in half, I just cut them with my paper cutter. It was so much easier, and then folded them in half. Anyway, this die is just a 3D die for a little house. It's not an ornament, it's just a house. There's no base. So I went ahead and I punched a little hole in the top of the roof before I affixed it to the house. I tied a good sized knot underneath, and I even put a little bit of the this beacon glue underneath to hold the ribbon in place so it won't sink down into the house. It's good and sturdy here. It's not going to fall back in because the knot is secured under this pointed part of the roof. It's stuck up there with the glue. So I decided to make them into little ornaments, and then I cut a base for them. Now this one, the base is just a little bit bigger, and the reason I did that is because I'm not ready to decorate them yet, but I will be putting little maybe some snow text down here. I might put some snow text on the roof. I'm going to be adding embellishments, like maybe a little Christmas tree, one of those little bottle brush trees or whatever. So this is just really a bare bones right here. And I finished the big ones already. And these are the small ones that I've been working on. Now this paper is from the Santa Baby collection. And I just put the die so that I've got the bird on the front. Then there's another one like that, but they're all different. I always make them different, so the roofs won't be the same. Something's going to be different about them so that I never have two that are the same. Then I used the, I forget which paper pad this is, but this one, is it Pebbles? I think it might be Pebbles, but then I just put red glitter paper on the top, on the roof, on that one. And this is from the same paper pad here, this one, and so I just reversed. So I've made them all different. They're kind of the same. I mean, they look the same, but something about them is different. Then here's one with the text paper, and this has like a gray, dark gray, sparkly roof. And then there's this one, which is really retro looking, and I put the red sparkly roof on that one. And then this one is a plaid from Graphic 45. And I just put the ticking on top. So they're all kind of different, and I'll be decorating them all differently. But so I made 18 of the small ones and 18 of the big ones. I'm not decorating them now because when I decorate them, and I may make a video when I'm doing it, it looks like the North Pole exploded because I have to get all my bits and bobs, and I have a ton of bits and bobs to be decorating them. So I'm going to be doing all 36 of them at one time. So maybe for one day or 2 days, my dining room table will look like a disaster, but then it will be over and they'll all be done. So that's one project I'm working on. Then the second one, I'll link the video below. It is this little notebook, a little memory keeper notebook is what Amber calls it. This is inspired by Amber from Lyric Lover, and she has a video on how to make these. Now, what I didn't realize, I have the plastic covers from clearbags.com. I ordered these maybe a year or two ago, and I've been using them. But I watched her video and I wrote down all the sizes and everything, where she cut and how to make them and everything. Then I realized I have a smaller size of this plastic sleeves, not the ones that she was actually using. So I had to improvise and make my own measurements to do this. This is just the first one that I've made. I wanted to make sure I could do one and then I can copy it. So basically, you know, it is just a little memory keeping book. There's space to put stuff up here, which we can do, and then it's got 5 pages to put your pictures or do journaling. And like she said, you can stamp, you can put stickers, washi tape, whatever you want. You're going to have 5 pages here, and then in the middle you're going to have these folders where you can put more ephemera in there. And then the second signature is the same. You're going to have 5 pages for your memory keeping, and you can use this as a junk journal, you can use this as an art journal. And then in the middle again is another folder where you can put things, and then there's the other pages, and then there's another folder that would be back here. Now, a couple things I want to say about this. If you don't have the clear bags sleeves, which a lot of you don't, but they're great fun to play with, and especially if you're going to be selling your items, they look way nicer than laminated. They've got better edges and everything. But if you don't want to purchase them, or you're not going to be making mass quantities, Amber shows that you can use the little photo books you get at Dollar Tree, which have the front and back cover just like this, but then they've got the other ones in the middle, and she says to just cut the ones out in the middle. But I was also thinking, if you want to make a very small one, you can buy one of those plastic covered like 2-year pocket calendars or pocketbook calendars that you get. They're maybe about this big, and they come with plastic, and they have like 2 years, just a basic calendar inside for 2 years worth. You could certainly take that paper insert out and use the plastic sleeve for that. And you don't even really need the plastic sleeve. If you want to make this for yourself and you don't care if it's that protected, then you can just make it without the plastic sleeve. I'm not going to tell you how I made this. I'm going to link Amber's video below, because depending on what you're going to use it for, what size cover you're going to use, if you have a cover, it's going to require you to do some measuring of your own. And there's no point in me reinventing the wheel. Amber shows how to make this. She does a brilliant job on her video. Now, because my measurements again are different than what she did, I came up with different sized scraps. So mine were I'm going to be using mine in a different way. So these were scraps that I had. These strips, they were strips. I just cut them to, I think, 5.5 inches. This is 6 inches. I cut these to 5.5 inches. And what we can do with these is just go ahead and let's just punch a hole in the top and make them into little bookmarks. Now, you can put the ribbon in if you want, or you could let the recipient put the ribbon in. So I just made the holes in, and I have bookmarks, so maybe I'll put one in this pocket and one in this pocket. And then I had scraps left over that are sized like, these are 3 by 5, like I think that is index card size. So we can just put a couple of those in each of these little pockets here. that people can use them as photo sleeves, because I'm not going to put that one in because that's the same pattern as that. So I'm just going to pick some different patterns. This is all from the same paper pad, by the way, so the colors should be coordinated enough. I'm just going to go ahead and put in 2 different cards, and then maybe put, I've got the 2 different little cards here, and then the bookmark, and then on this side I have 2 little cards like that. And then in the front, and you can put any kind of ephemera in here, whatever you would like. And then maybe I'll take 2 more of the, I'm just picking 2 different prints here. And you can stick some more cards in the front, or ephemera for the people to play with. And Amber also makes little booklets with hers to put in the front and back pocket, like little journal booklets. I would like to do that, but the reason I haven't is I'm waiting to see if I can get 6 books out of my paper pad. The reason I like these little books is I am trying to kill some paper pads. So this one that I used here, and you see I even decorated the front like she did. I put a little cut apart from the pad, and then I just backed it with some printed paper and put it on here. This particular paper that I'm using is called Marishka. This is an old pad. I've had this for a couple years. It was a hot buy, so it was from Michael's. And it's all blues and pinks and everything, but this is why I wanted it. Look at this page here. It's got all the little dolls, nesting dolls on it. So what I'm going to do for the covers of the ones that I'm using this paper pad for, I'm going to cut out some of these and put these on the cover, and maybe on the bookmark and something. So I have 2 pages of the little nesting dolls. So those will be cut apart and used as ephemera and decoration for the ones that I'm using this paper pad. I hope to kill the whole pad. One more thing while I'm talking about killing the paper pad, because we all have so many and we like to kill them. These journals are a great way to do it. But invariably, with these paper pads, you're going to get, and I can give you an example in this one right here. Sorry, I just threw it on the floor. I have to pick it back up. You're going to get pages like, maybe like this one right here. Where did it go? I just saw it. Like this one here that has, these are 6 by 6 big cut aparts. If you're not making something 6 by 6, these are pretty useless. If you're doing scrapbooking, maybe you could use them, but then you've got pages like this. Again, unless you're scrapbooking, these are pretty useless. Now, you can save some of this prettiness here to make some journaling cards and just cut out the black part. Or what I did with one of the useless pages from this, it said love. I used it as my template. I cut it apart to use it as my template for making this journal. And that's the inside page. On the outside, I've got the measurements of the covers, where I need to score the sides. These are the pages in between, so I've got these sizes here and how many I need to make the booklet. And then this is a model of a folder. And you see, this is that one page that had the 6 by 6 cut aparts, which I couldn't use. So I'm just basically using this as a template, where to score, what the size is and everything, to make the folder for this. So that's a use for some of those pages you can't always use, is to use them as your templates for using up the good papers in the pack. So guys, that's what I'm working on right now. Don't throw away, like I said, Amber will tell you the same thing. Don't throw away any of these pieces, even these strips here, because they make great journaling cards, tags, bookmarks, whatever. You don't want to throw them away. And I'm even saving this paper pack that I'm using had very few little cut aparts. These are actually the one that I used on that journal, which is this one, and then these 2 that say BU. These are the only small enough ephemera that I can use on these covers, so I'll have to use the little nesting dolls. But I'm even saving all these tiny little scraps that came from trimming the journal cards and the bookmarks and everything to make clusters. So I really try not to throw anything away, but I want to use this stuff up. And making these journal memory books is really a cool way to do it. And another thing that I thought about the book was, if I don't have enough paper in the pack to make this has 5 pages and the 6th is the folder. So you need a lot of paper to make these. You know, they use up quite a bit of paper. If I don't have enough, then some of them I might just insert other papers from, like maybe graph paper, or, you know, make it kind of more junk journal-y style versus more all papers that can be used for photo mounts or sturdier journaling. So anyway, guys, I wanted to show you these little projects. I'm not doing nothing. I'm actually quite busy, but these are 2 of the projects that I'm gearing up now to do for my Christmas show. All the December dailies that I sell are already made. I made those in January. All the ephemera packs that I sell at that show I have made. I only have 3 more everyday junk journals to make, and then my journaling supplies will be completely done, except for any of these that I want to make. And then I always make a ton of ornaments, and I will show you these. Like I said, when I get to working on these, I'll show you how I decorate these up. I also have a whole bunch of the little different shaped tart tins, metal tart tins, and I make those into ornaments, and I'll show you those too. So I'm working on Christmas, guys. It's just I have to do multiples of everything, and it would be so boring for you to see me do multiples of things over and over again. But I hope to put up a fun video or 2 maybe next week of maybe I'll work in my glue book, or just do some things that we can do together. So I hope that this video finds you all well. Please like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. And until the next video, guys, I hope you are all truly blessed. Bye-bye.